with Nigel Farage. Call 0345 6060 973. Text 84850. Tweet at LBC.
Good evening, everybody. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you as well,
was
Nigel.
a rock and roll ride, wasn't it? What is 2017 going to be like? Well, even though today is still a bank holiday, the Labour Party, Her Majesty's official opposition, clearly have a few problems. The party is now 80% funded by the trade union movement. The biggest one of those is Unite, and Len McCluskey, its leader, says, unless he bucks his ideas up, by 2019, if the opinion polls have not improved ahead of a 2020 general election, that Corbyn will have to go. Is McCluskey right? Has Corbyn done more harm than good? Are you a traditional Labour voter? Do you think Corbyn is the man for the job? Call me. Let me know, please. So you get your chance to have a say on Corbyn. And what a strange story it is, isn't it? Now, he was elected back in 1983, which incidentally is the last time the Labour Party got as low as 23% in the opinion polls. Today's opinion poll, fieldwork conducted just before Christmas, shows them on 24%. They're the lowest they've been for nearly 35 years. And I made mention about the trade union movement. Since Corbyn took over, nearly all of their big private donors have pulled away from the Labour Party. They are now completely reliant on the trade union movement, and Unite is the biggest trade union in the country. Len McCluskey has been a really strong supporter of Corbyn, but today, in an interview in the Daily Mirror, he says if these poll ratings stay bad, and assuming there's not going to be a snap election in 2017, which I have to say, I doubt myself, if we get to 2019 and the situation is still bad, maybe it'll be time for Corbyn to go and for somebody else to take over. I have to say, I think that McCluskey in many ways is right. I guess we should be fair to Corbyn in one way, in that he did build up the Labour Party. When he first became leader, or first announced he was going to run as leader, Labour had 200,000 paid-up members. They've now got 515,000 paid-up members. Corbyn, and okay, many of them are only paying £3 a go, but Corbyn has built up this membership in just the most remarkable way. And most of the people that have joined, they're young, they're energetic, very good foot soldiers to go out and fight elections. And, I think of years gone by and the UKIPers turning up to help me on walking sticks, and wonderful people, but you want lots of young people to put leaflets through doors, to be out there until the polls close at 10 o'clock at night. So they've got all of that, but what sort of people are they? Well, you've heard of Momentum. It's this left-wing, hard left-wing pressure group, and actually most of the people that have joined the party under Corbyn's leadership are from what we would traditionally call the hard left of politics. And guess what? They're also very metropolitan, very London, very big cities. And since these people have joined, and since the party's moved to the left, Corbyn's faced accusations, of course, of anti-Semitism, that the pro-Palestinian wing of the party is so strong that many of them seem to even regret the fact that Israel exists. Not all of them, but some of them do. Mind you, I know a fair bit about being accused of extremism amongst supporters. But how in touch is Jeremy Corbyn, who I'll remind you lives in Islington, how in touch are these 500,000 members with traditional old Labour voters? And remember that from the Midlands all the way up to Hadrian's Wall, we saw Labour seat after Labour seat in the referendum in which Labour voters voted for Brexit. They did so against the advice of their MPs. They did so against the fairly lukewarm support that Mr. Corbyn gave to the Remain campaign, and they did so on one really big fundamental issue, and it's immigration. They did not like the way in which their communities had changed. They were struggling to get access to GP services, to get their kids into local schools, and they thought enough was enough, and that the time had come for people to actually take back control of the country and its borders. And yet, my feeling is that Jeremy Corbyn, Diane Abbott, all the people around him basically want to keep the free movement of people. So I think Len McCluskey may be right when he says that Corbyn might have to go, but even he is now being challenged. And there's a guy called Gerard Coyne who is challenging McCluskey for the leadership of the Unite Union. And in some ways, it's like a little reflection of what's going on in the bigger Labour movement. Gerard Coyne has said there can be no compromise on the principle of taking back control of our borders. And we're seeing a few more voices now in the union movement, in the Labour movement, saying the same thing. I'm not sure Corbyn is listening to that. I'm not sure that he engages with that. I'm not sure that he connects with old Labour voters. But more important than what I think is what you think. And I want you please to call me. Tell me what you think. Call us on 0345 6060 973. Text us at 84850. Tweet at us at LBC. Email us, nigel@lbc.co.uk. And first this evening, we're going to go to Peter in Mitcham to see what he thinks. Good evening, Peter.
Hello, Nigel.
What do you think, Peter?
Well, I was saying to your producer, I think, yes, that I've been a Labour voter since early 60s, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
And I feel I have no home to go to now, really, in many ways. I might be, if it's, there will be boundary changes where I live, by the way, so I might not have the same Labour MP that I have. I like her, and she's quite a good MP. I won't mention any names, but if there are boundary changes, I will be, and I might have to move. This block may be pulled down in which I live, so I might be in a Tory area. I might even be forced to vote Tory, which I never thought I'd hear myself say.
What is it, Peter, in particular? Why is it that somebody who has voted Labour for over half a century, what is it? Why are they not connecting with you anymore?
Well, because the new lot that came in, they're not Labour voters as such. They're a mixture of probably communist and far left people that were given the cheap way of becoming a member. A few quid. It
was £3, wasn't it?
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah.
Even on unemployment, pensioner, entry, it was £5. And that's the reason why the party's in so much trouble, really.
So do you think that the Labour Party's been hijacked by the hard left?
Oh, it has, undoubtedly.
And Peter, can I ask you, is Jeremy Corbyn part of that hard left?
Well, I think he is, yes. I mean, when he was an MP, he was always voting against the government. I've forgotten how many 100 times it was.
I think it was 500 times, yeah. And it's actually quite tough, isn't it, to after 34 years as a backbench MP, never being offered any promotion, to vote against your own party 500 times, and then to call for party loyalty. It doesn't really work, does it?
There is something else I'd like to say.
Yeah.
Before, I could talk for ages about this, but no doubt you've got loads of people queuing up. I would like to thank you for it's you and your party, mainly you, that brought the referendum about, because the Tories were really scared. And so I do thank you for that.
Well, thank you.
I don't always agree with what you say, except that you're one of the best speakers I've ever heard, though, I must say that.
Right, well, that's...
you're very impressive.
And did you vote Remain, Peter?
No, I certainly didn't.
Okay, good.
No, and that's one of the reasons that, I could still vote Labour if my present MP is in, because
right.
she is a good MP.
Okay, so you could vote for her.
I won't mention any names, but I know through the grapevine that she is, like a lot of people, my local councillor, they put their heads in their hands over the situation.
Yeah. No, Peter, listen, thank you very much. And Peter's point from Mitcham was that the party has been hijacked by the hard left, leaving him, a man who's voted for them for over 50 years, feeling they just don't represent him at all. Next, we go to Lizzie in Bromley. Lizzie, good evening.
Hi there, Nigel.
Hi. So what do you make of it all?
Well, all I know is that I'm the child of immigrant parents from Ireland that came here in the 50s, and a father who would always have voted Labour.
Mm-hmm.
But I can honestly say to you regarding the Brexit thing, he's supporting your party, and it's not a party political broadcast, I can really say that.
Mm-hmm.
But he would be thinking, yes, we need to get out of this. And,
and we did, didn't we? We did. We voted to leave the European Union, but the Labour Party, don't appear to be reconciled to that somehow, do they?
No, but my dad was a forward-thinking person, and I can honestly say back in the 50s and 60s when girls weren't really promoted to do this, that and the other, he was promoting us, and he would be backing you, and I just know it 100%. I just wanted to phone and say that. We need to protect what we've already got and just support it and move forward.
Yeah, I mean, what you're saying actually is a sort of patriotic statement, isn't it? That it's about our country and making our own laws and putting our own people first. I mean, Lizzie, tell me, when you look at Jeremy Corbyn, I mean, do you think of him as hard left? Do you think he believes in the country? I mean, are you inspired to go out and vote for him?
No. Yet my dad was a Labour supporter because that's what he inherited. That's what he came over here for. But he acclimatised to England and worked, and he employed all sorts of people. He gave English people jobs, even though he was wasn't from England. And to be honest, I just think if he was here, he would actually be out canvassing for you.
Right, well, Lizzie, I tell you, there's quite a few old Labour people that have switched to UKIP over the course of the last couple of years, and it's probably worth mentioning that the new leader of UKIP, gosh, I feel really good saying that now that I'm in retirement, or semi-retirement, but the new leader of UKIP, Paul Nuttall, comes from Liverpool, northern accent, from the Labour heartlands himself, and what Paul has said, Lizzie, is he wants to challenge Corbyn's Labour Party, and he thinks that UKIP could actually take over in the north. Let's see. But Lizzie, thank you very much indeed for your call. So we're talking about Len McCluskey saying that if the polls aren't better, Corbyn will have to go in 2019 ahead of the general election. I've had callers telling me they're sceptical about Jeremy Corbyn. If you're a Jeremy Corbyn supporter, please ring me. If you're one of those 300,000 new members who've joined the party, ring me. Tell me why Corbyn is the man to storm to victory in 2020. I'm Nigel Farage, here on LBC, and my time is 10:15.
LBC.